Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 4 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 4 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter decimals. The lessons we're going to cover today are decimal number lines, convert decimals to fractions and mixed numbers, convert fractions and mixed numbers to decimals and round decimals. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I am on grade 4 math. The chapter we are on right now is decimals. Let's just start with the lesson, that is decimal number lines. Find the value of k. Write your answer as a decimal number. So basically, that is the number between 0 and 1. Between 0 and 1, you have 10 small intervals. You need to count k's on which interval. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. K is at the 6. That is less than 1, so that is 0.6. Let's just start with the test questions. Find the value of h. Write your answer as a decimal number. So the decimal numbers are the numbers that are between 0 and 1. You need to count from 0 to 1. You have 10 small intervals. You need to count on which interval h is. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So h equals 0.6. Option number 2 is the correct option. The correct option is 0.6. Option 2 is the correct option. Find the value of s. Write your answer as a decimal. So which is the correct option? That is 0.9. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is not 6, that is 0.6. Find the value of A. Write your answer as a decimal number. So, which is the correct option? That is 0.3. Option number 1 is the correct option. Find the value of C, which is the correct option. That is 0.8. Option number 2 is the correct option. Find the value of K. Write your answer as a decimal number. That is 0.6. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is convert decimals to fractions and mixed numbers. Let's just start with the lesson. Write 0.5 as a fraction. So we're going to learn how do we write decimals to fractions. So 0.5, you need to write it as fraction. The first thing you have to do is you need to remove the decimal point. So when we're going to remove the decimal point, we put 1 in the decimal for the decimal point, and after the decimal point you have only one digit. So just add 1 0, that is 5/10. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Write 0.029 as a fraction. So how do we write? 0.029. So we have to put a 1 for the decimal point. We need to count the decimal places, 1, 2, 3 decimal places, add 3 zeros. So that is option number 229 over 1000 is the correct option. Write 0.005 as a fraction. So which is the correct option? So you have to put one decimal point and add 3 zeros because you have 3 decimal places. That is 5 over 1000. Option number 1 is the correct option. Write 0.9 as a fraction. That is 9/10. Option number 2 is the correct option. Write 0.90 as a fraction. That is 90 over 100. Option number 2 is the correct option. Write 0.68 as a fraction. So which is the correct option? That is 68 over 100. Option number 1 is the correct option. Write 0.6 as a fraction. So which is the correct option? That is 6 over 10. Option number 1 is the correct option. Write 0.008 as a fraction. So which is the correct option? Write 0.008 as a fraction. That is 8 over 1000. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is 8 over 1000. Option number 2 is the correct option. Write 0.003 as a fraction. That is 3 over 1000. Option number 2 is the correct option. Write 0.5 as a fraction, which is the correct option. That is 5 over 10. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is convert fractions and mixed numbers to decimals. Write 9 by 10 as a decimal number. 9 over 10, you have 1 0 in the denominator. So that means after the decimal place, you have only one place. Right, so that is 0.9. Let's just start with the test questions. Write 1 by 10 as a decimal number. 1 over 10, you have a 0 in the 1 0 in the denominator. That is 0.1. The correct option is option number 1, that is 0.1. Write 81 over 1000 as a decimal number. That is 81 over 1000. So you have 30 in the decimal place. That means the decimal has 3 decimal places. So that is 0.081123. 3 decimal places. Option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. Write 1 over 1000 as a decimal number. That is 0.001. Option number 1 is the correct option. Write 9 over 1000 as a decimal number. That is 9 over 100. That is 0.09. Option number 2 is the correct option. 7 over 100 at the decimal. So, which is the correct option? That is 0.07. Option number 2 is the correct option. Write 7 over 10 as a decimal number. So, which is the correct option? Seven over 10 that equals 0.7. Option number 2 is the correct option. Write 1 over 100 as a decimal number. That is 0.01. Option number 1 is the correct option. Write 83 over 1000 as a decimal number. That is 0.083. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Round decimals. What is 6.716 rounded to the nearest hundredth? Nearest hundredth. One is at the hundredth place. So hundredth. One is at the hundredth place. On the right, you have 6. 6 is greater than 5, so it would be rounded up to 6.732. Let's just start with the test questions. What is 5.75 rounded to the nearest tenth? What is 5.75 rounded to the nearest tenth? So the tenth digit is 7. So right next to 7, that is 5. 5 is equal to 5. So you need to round up. That would be 5.8. That is 5.8. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is 7.594 rounded to the nearest hundredth? Hundredth. 1 tenth hundredth. 9 is at the hundredth position. That is 7.59. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is 4.1 rounded to the nearest whole number? The correct option is 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is 4.529 rounded to the nearest tenth? Tenth, 5 is the 10th digit. That is 4.5. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is 6.667 rounded to the nearest whole number? That is rounded to the whole number. That is 7. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is 3.86 rounded to the nearest whole number, which is the correct option? That is 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is 7.45 rounded to nearest 10? That is 7.5. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 4 math. Chapter we were working on is decimals. The lessons we have covered today are decimal number lines, convert decimals to fractions and mixed numbers, convert fractions and mixed numbers to decimals, and round decimals. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you, or either you can write down the question in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.